It's estimated that by the year 2050, 2 out of every 3 persons in the world will live in cities. A whopping 108 million people already live in India's cities, more than the entire population of the Philippines. The strain on our resources impossible to ignore, and so the pressing need to reinvent, to change. We need smarter public transportation system. We need viable housing. We need conservation of energy. And so the need for innovations. Innovations that boost progress and prompt growth without compromising the very fabric of our existence. I'm Miloni Bhatt and you're watching Future Perfect, a series that explores cutting-edge research technologies that are making our lives easier. Over the next half hour, we'll talk about the vital organs that support our city's survival: transportation, food, housing, and the thing that binds them together, technology. Delhi's metro system has transformed the lives of people in the national capital. We will show you the challenges it overcame to become so successful. We investigate what's keeping our food fresh and making few of our cold storages efficient and eco-friendly. As Indian markets gallop to embrace information technology, we explore energy-efficient commercial space. And finally, we'll take you to Bengaluru, where a breakthrough experiment has spurred the construction of affordable housing for the poor. New Delhi, the country's capital and Northern India's commercial nerve center. Despite having some of the country's widest roads, it is a commuter's nightmare. People surging traffic, all crammed into its packed streets. With the national capital region's expansion, the need to scale up Delhi's connectivity with the rest of its satellite towns was paramount. People needed to commute and commute faster than ever. And that's where the Delhi Metro comes in. It's India's largest urban mass transport system. Over 2 million people use it every day, and some even say it's the best thing that's happened to India's capital city.
It has literally made my life very easy, because usually it takes 2.5 hours to reach Gurgaon by road, but by metro it takes me around 1.5 hours.
Like most civil projects, even Delhi's metro faced its set of challenges. The early phases of construction were delayed. The culprit, constant water leakages in the tunnel structure because of seepage of groundwater into the slab.
We had a system of waterproofing in phase 1, which we were not very happy. We changed in phase 2. That system also we found not very good. Then in phase 3, we called all the stakeholders to suggest some new technology or some new method of waterproofing. Though the cost of waterproofing is hardly any as compared to the total cost of the project. But if there is any leakage in the underground station, it can create a lot of problems. It can cause damage to the equipment, vital equipments which are used for metro running, and metro running can be affected. It can create unsafe situations also. Therefore, plugging the leakages is very important and very challenging work in underground construction.
A new waterproofing technique called Master Seal was used, and it did the job.
The previous specified system which we had overtook and got our material in use. The previous material had a lot of aroma, volatile substances, so inhaling that would obviously be detrimental to health. So at BASF we also look into that part. So coupled with the human aspect, the safety aspect and the environment aspect, the speed of the deliverable was achieved to really such heights that the client was very, very happy.
Curing time is only 2 to 3 minutes. So even during rainy seasons when dry spells are of very short duration, we can do the waterproofing, and immediately after waterproofing we can do the next activity, like if you want to backfill with the soil and want to restore the road. So that way the BASF Master Seal has helped a lot in phase 3, and the majority of contractors are using BASF system.
Ashok Datar, who runs the Mumbai Environmental Social Network, explains the wider benefits of the innovations in materials technology.
Transportation and life in a city are very integrally related. A lighter train requires less energy to carry. It requires a less supporting structure also. So this is an innovation while designing metro. So the future metros, while replicating, old trains were very heavy steel sections. Now we get either aluminum or even multi for carbon fiber and all the other composites. So innovation in materials is a very, very important thing. I think India has made a very good progress. A good technology, a cost-effective and efficient technology. I think it is simply beyond a certain limit. You simply cannot have a city without metro.
India, one of the largest producers of fruit and vegetables in the world, is facing a big problem. 40% of our food is lost even before it can reach the table. It's a criminal waste in a country where thousands go to bed hungry and the cost of food spirals out of hand year after year. Inefficient transportation and lack of cold storage facilities is not just pushing the food and veg industry into a downward spiral, but it's also pushing the farmers into debt and poverty. So let's look at the challenges and the innovative solutions that can benefit us in the long run. Tucked away near Kolkata is a cold storage facility that's harnessing newer technologies to ease the situation for farmers and eventually the common man.
यह मेरा ग्राउंड प्लस 4 फ्लोर का चेम्बर है। यहाँ पे टोटल 2 लाख क्विंटल का पोटैटो स्टोरेज होता है। एक गांव का जो फार्मर है वह यहाँ पे आलू लेके आता है, उसका बाद में अंदर में रखता है।
The existing methods of insulation prove to be inadequate in maintaining uniform temperatures across the storage, resulting in excessive wastage of food.
Specifically, if you talk about potato cold storage, here actually the structure is built with a traditional material, that is brick and mortar, and on top of that you have to do the insulation by using proper way of installing it. So we were having 2 different solutions to do that. One was a spray applied, where you apply the insulation by carrying the insulation material as well as the machine to the site and do a spray on top of the surface, which is actually a seamless way of insulation where you will not have any kind of joint. And another way of using a sandwich panel, which will be prefabricated in a factory, and then you will move the panels to the site and then install it. So we have used both the techniques here. For wall we have used the sandwich panel, and for roof and floor we have used the spray technique.
This has led to tangible benefits for the cold storage owner too.
और इलेक्ट्रिक बिल 20 से 25% कम होता है, और मेंटेनेंस भी 1.5 साल हो गया मेरा जीरो मेंटेनेंस है।
This insulation technology is being very successfully used in other businesses as well. India is an IT solutions superpower. We're home to companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro. Their disruptive ideas have propelled India onto the world stage. Among the pioneers is Infosys, a company that's revolutionized IT solutions globally. It's hard to imagine that this tech giant faces a challenge, but it does. How to conserve energy? Infosys has over 42 million square feet in office space across the world and another 9 million square feet under construction. So one of its biggest challenges is how to reduce the cooling load on its buildings. We spoke to Ramdas Kamath to understand how few corporates are minimizing their carbon footprint. Infosys is one of the biggest users possibly of commercial space in India. So can you touch upon the specific innovations that Infosys has adopted which ensures your buildings function optimally?
We don't do something and undo later. Say for example, you recklessly use the glass facade and cool it because we are in a tropical climate. So it is an integrated, goal-oriented design approach we have taken to build the infrastructure. And number two, what we have done is we have used IT while doing the design. At every stage we do the simulations, which will throw out the negative aspect of the design. We have drawn up the strategies to minimize the impact of environmental footprints. We have worked in a collaborative manner with the world's leading brands. Say for example, we have worked with BASF, we have worked with Saint-Gobain, we have worked with LBNL, we work with other institute like Rocky Mountain Institute, Stanford University, etc., to get the best. We work with the BASF on a lot of chemicals which we use for the construction, insulation, etc. So, given the best rollout which is available in the world, we adopt it quickly for our new construction as well as the retrofits. So we get the advantage of these best of the best products.
While Infosys seems to be environmentally conscious when it comes to constructing new buildings, the existing structures still pose a problem.
Literally all their buildings were leaking. The waterproofing was failing, and with that the insulation in the roof that they were providing did not give them the thermal insulation that they were looking at for their energy conservation.
Infosys adopted an insulation technique that helped in controlling the absorption of heat into its buildings.
We provided them a holistic solution which gave them a solid waterproofing with insulation, reducing the 7-layered system that they had traditionally been using to a 3-layered system that we provided.
Coming up, innovations in construction of mass housing projects. Stay with us. Welcome back to Future Perfect. I'm Miloni Bhatt. 1 in every 6 urban Indians lives in a slum, much like this one. To house them, we need 19 million new homes. But here's the paradox. 12 million homes lie vacant across India's urban landscape. Home that people here can't afford to buy. And so the desperate need for affordable mass housing. But mass housing projects mounted by state governments often come with their own sets of problems. Poor quality of construction and lack of intermediate homes for those dislodged. Now here's where a project kicked off by authorities in Karnataka has managed to surmount the odds. We met up with Mr. Somashekar, one of the early adopters of a technology that aids in building better houses faster. What's the change in life that they can expect?
See,
Or lifestyle?
kind of living conditions, they have been living in slums. It's not organized, they don't have proper basic amenities. It could be good clean water, clean air, good roads, and a good living condition basically. They live in a very bad living conditions. And this is a program wherein they are being helped to live in a better living condition by providing these houses with all the infrastructure.
How is it different now, especially with this mass housing project that we are seeing here behind us?
Here they have used a technology which otherwise was used in high rises all around the world, like Burj Khalifa or even projects like Shanghai Towers. They have used the same technology here in this mass housing projects in Bengaluru to make construction faster and with better quality. Smart dynamic concrete is a concrete which is a self-compacting concrete which can actually level on its own. You just pour into a two-sided mold and then it can just level on its own and gives you better finished concrete and a better quality concrete.
So how is it different from, say, construction, very conventional brick and mortar, cement? How is it different from that?
This technology allows you to, a brick masonry structure, if it takes, or similar structure, if it takes around 3 months to construct, with this new technology, you will be able to construct it within a month's time. So that's how you save on time and you get better quality structures. The structures will last for longer period.
Smart dynamic concrete means free flow concrete without vibrator, that is self-compacting concrete. This self-compacting concrete really is helped a lot. First time we are introduced this HDC concrete in our construction technology and the advice of our PMC.
Rehabilitation means whom are you rehabilitating? What is their role in it? In terms of every aspect of the whole rehabilitation. Rehabilitation for me, this technology is a very good technology, but this needs to be changed, turned to suit to the people whom you are trying to do, whom you are trying to rehabilitate in the process. Rehabilitation is a must, but that should not be dole-outed. It's simply doled, and this is there you are receiving, and whatever is there, I put it a packet and give it to you. You have it or leave it. That should not be the aspect of it. Unless you take care of that, the rehabilitation loses its relevance.
And in this case, at least, people seem to have been served. The old squalor is gone, and gone with it the filth, the decay, the stench. An improvement in their living space has afforded them dignity, a sense of security. More than that, these technology-enabled surroundings have provided them with a renewed sense of purpose.
Earlier, where I was staying in Mahalakshmi Layout, it's near Rajaji Nagar. I faced so many problems there. It means my house is near main road only. So many vehicles are disturbing us. In early morning, 5 o'clock, buses are start moving. That time you can't sleep. And then air pollution is also there. Water facility is not there. When we come here, location is good. Fresh air is also there. Government gives a facility every house water connections, every separate water connections. It's reasonable rate. It is offered, and rate is also reasonable. We are very happy. There is no fear. Some people come attack. People are neighbor only. No, we can freely walk.
In its widest sense, it's innovation that sparked this joy in Nagavani's life. Just as it's made travel easier for commuters in Delhi and helped this cold storage owner save food that would otherwise rot.
If you look at the history of the world, innovation has always played a very crucial role whenever humanity has faced a crisis or it's been on a crossroad of crisis. So whether it is the vaccines or the antibiotics or our ability to take nitrogen in the air and convert it into fertilizers, which basically gives us the productivity of crops that we need to feed the world, these have all been the result of innovation and ingenuity. And as we look to our future, by 2050, it is now estimated that there will be about 9 to 10 billion people who live on the earth. And these will, and we as a humanity will face huge challenges in terms of the amount of energy that is required, in terms of the challenges that we have with climate change, in terms of the quality and quantity of food that will be required to feed this 9 to 10 billion people. And the other very important factor is that about 60% to 70% of this population will live in urban cities. So the quality of life in urban cities will also be a huge challenge. And I believe it is the innovation which will really enable us to come up with solutions that will allow this 9 to 10 billion people to occupy this earth in a sustainable manner.
So there it is. It's chemistry that underpins all these improvements in our daily lives. We're traveling faster, we're reducing the waste of our food, we're getting affordable housing to the poor in less time and conserving energy. Changes that have made big differences. Next week on Future Perfect, we tackle one of the biggest challenges that faces our planet. How do we manage the colossal amounts of garbage that we generate every single day?